Hello, my friend. Welcome. I have this strange feeling that I can't put into words. It's not really confusion or anxiety. It's more like an ache or a mismatch. Like your skin doesn't quite fit the life you're living. You might be wondering why everything feels wrong even when it doesn't look wrong. But you already know the answer deep down. The life that used to feel like a home now feels like a hallway. The way you used to talk just to fill the space. The dreams you kept putting off because you didn't want to scare anyone with how serious they really are. The you who kept your true feelings to yourself so things didn't get awkward. You're quietly leaving that part of your life behind. And your body is feeling the difference. You're tired in a different way. Some places make you tired. Some people don't feel like home anymore. You know exactly what's going on with them. No matter how long they've been in your story, you're becoming different. And this change goes deeper than the surface. It's not just about routines, habits, or ways of thinking. God is literally changing your body so that you can hold something that your old life couldn't. And the resistance you're feeling right now is your body and mind doing what they were made to do. Keep things the way they are. Keep the patterns. Keep what has kept you alive so far, no matter how small it seems. But here's the deal. Your soul. Your soul doesn't want to be safe in a way that keeps you from doing things because they might hurt. Before you were born, God put the truth in your soul. It knows what's true, what's right, and what's yours. And when your life starts to move away from that truth, your soul doesn't stay quiet. It screams. It screams because it can't sit still. It screams through that strange heaviness that you can't explain. It screams through every part of your life that suddenly doesn't make sense anymore. And it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because you want more. But we're told to ignore that scream, to call it overthinking, and to blame ourselves for being ungrateful or restless. Instead of paying attention to what we want, we start paying attention to what everyone else is doing. At the people who seem to have it all figured out, at the loud, shiny versions of success that the world tells us we should be going after. We think, maybe I'm just not good enough yet. If I worked harder, smiled more, and got better at pretending, maybe the pain would go away. But the truth is that you were never meant to fit in. Think about how your life would be if it were just like everyone else's. Why would God choose you? You weren't meant to be comfortable, so your path was never going to be smooth or predictable. You were chosen to carry something holy, and that holy thing needs room. It needs something to hold it. It needs a life that works. So, yes, the change is strange. Yes, your body is fighting back. Your mind is trying to keep you in a place you know. But God doesn't need your permission to make you uncomfortable. He wants your spirit to follow what He has already put in you. You're being freed from the systems that kept you alive so you can start living a life that lets you live. Your soul already knows where this is going. You see, it doesn't get mixed up. It's not waiting for a sign. For years, it's been whispering the same truth, but now it's not a whisper anymore. It's screaming because you're ready, since you've already begun. Because the old rhythm doesn't fit with the new task anymore. And it's not just in your head, it's in your body too. That tiredness you can't explain. That pain in your chest when you don't listen to your gut. The sudden need to get away from what used to make you feel important. That's not being weak. That's God changing you. You're not the same person you used to be. So your body can't move the same way it used to. Your mind can't stay loyal to what used to keep it busy. That's a good thing. Because when you stop asking other people to confirm what you already know in your gut, when you start choosing alignment over performance, that's when everything starts to make sense. Not all at once, and not perfectly, but clearly enough to say, I know this is the way, even if no one else does yet. And you might be the only one in your group who feels this way, the only one who can't go back to acting like everything is fine, the only person who can see through the noise now. But that doesn't mean you're on the wrong track. That's proof that you were chosen. Because being chosen doesn't always feel strong. It can feel like you're the only one who can't forget what you've seen. But you're not by yourself. You're just being told to move forward. Now let's talk about how this change really feels. Because if you tell the truth, it's not always beautiful or peaceful. And it doesn't feel like what people say when they talk about spiritual breakthroughs at all. It feels like losing interest in things that used to make you happy. It seems like you're just going through the motions. You know something needs to change, but you don't know where to start. And even though it may seem like you're stuck, you're not. You're just not on the same page as the version of your life that doesn't speak the same language as your soul anymore. That's why everything seems so tight. That's why you're tired, but not just in your body. That's why you still feel alone even when you're with other people. Your body is trying to keep you safe by keeping you inside what it knows. Because safety is something that is familiar to us, even if that familiarity is bad for your spirit. But your soul has been ready to go. And now the pressure is on because you can't ignore the gap between where you are and where you're supposed to be. So the tension you feel isn't a sign of weakness. It's the signal. It's your inner self telling you that what used to fit doesn't anymore. And not because something is wrong with you, but because something is right. When God reminds you of your purpose, your body starts to change, and when your posture changes, your path starts to change too. Sometimes that means breaking the routine that used to keep you alive. You might cry and not know why, withdrawing from people without meaning to, waking up in the middle of the night with a pain you can't put a name to. And I want to tell you that you are not falling apart. That's you getting moved around. It's uncomfortable because it's new, but it's also divine because it's planned. The life you used to live is too small for what God is making inside you now. So, you might not feel like anyone gets you right now. You might not feel like you're getting things done. You might not think you're going fast enough. But your soul doesn't want to go fast. It always wants to be in line. You've been led by love before, but now you're being led by the truth. And sometimes the truth doesn't feel soft and warm. It can feel like a break in the flow. It seems like everything is falling apart so that something deeper can finally come together. And I know that voice in your head is very loud. The one that tells you to be thankful for the life you already have and that you're being dramatic. But that voice is trained to keep your past safe. It can't help you make your future. If your soul is screaming, or if something inside you is pulling, burning, and refusing to settle, it's because God is bringing you into a life that your body hasn't caught up to yet. Your nervous system is still set up to keep you alive. You still think about everything in terms of what makes sense or what will be accepted, but the crowd doesn't need to understand your purpose. It is meant to bring peace to your soul. And as soon as you believe that and stop waiting for someone to tell you to listen to yourself again, you'll feel something click, not because the pain goes away overnight, but because you'll stop fighting a war that has already been won. You are not lost, and you are not broken. You're changing, and getting there isn't easy. It's not always clear, but it is honest and holy. So if your body is tired right now, give it a break. Give your feelings some space if they seem all over the place. If your mind is racing, stop it, because your soul has never been confused. It knows. It's always been known. And the more you listen, the louder it gets, not to stress you out, but to jog your memory. You shouldn't have to keep changing your life after your spirit has left. Someone is asking you to go somewhere higher. And God isn't just changing the things around you. He's changing you from the inside out so you can finally live the life that was always meant to feel like home. I really appreciate you coming along on this journey with me. If this message struck a chord with you, please like it, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to stay in touch. Pick one of the videos on your screen that speaks to you the most to keep going on your journey of awakening. I'll see you there.